Okay, so we've got to the plank, which is excellent news. A plank is an amazing exercise. You can spend forever perfecting it and getting it where you want it to be. I'm going to give you the basics for a good, strong, safe plank, but it is something that I would need to get some feedback from you and see how you're getting on with it to give you some tips. But I'm going to give you the well-rounded, this is how I would present it to somebody who is trying it out for the first time. So there's two versions, there's two variations on plank in both where your hands are going and where your knees are going. Now I would generally recommend that people did the planks on their elbows to start with, because that saves your wrists. Some people find it easier to get the setup on the shoulders if they do their planks on their hands, so I will offer you that as an option. The option for where your legs are is you're either going to bear your weight on your knees or your feet. So I'm going to start out with a knee plank, which is going to be your more beginner's level. So to get into it, we're going to start lying on the floor, and we're going to place the elbows just underneath the shoulders. We're then going to tuck the belly up, just like when we did the pelvic tilts on the floor. And you might want to refer to the pelvic tilt video in the activation playlist if you need reminding of what that looks like. But we're going to just tuck the tail a little bit and pull the belly button in. And from the knees, that's really all you need. You need to make sure that your shoulders are back and down, so those shoulder blades are down the back in your back pocket. And we're going to try and keep the spine straight. So if I lay on the floor before I started this, you can see there's a curve in my spine. It's going that way. I'm going to just remove that by pulling my belly in and straightening out my spine a little bit. And that will be where we hang out. The shoulders need to be nice and broad in a plank. So shoulders are back and down, and we're here. You want to think about getting some width and some strength so that shoulder girdle feels strong. Whereas if you creep up here, you're going to lose that feeling of strength. Now, if you want to be on your toes, we're going to start in the same position. I like starting here because it means we get everything set up nicely. I'm going to tuck my toes underneath. I'm going to put my weight into my toes, and I'm still going to do that sort of pelvic tuck feeling. Belly button in. My hips are down. So common plank issues are this, which is not a plank. I want this. Or this kind of sagging in the low back. That's something which is a serious issue for anyone who has a hypermobile spine. It's very, very hard to get rid of that sagging. It's something that I'm constantly working on myself. So be very, very aware of that. You want to feel just like in a crunch, like you're tightening the distance between your lower ribs and your hips. So this is strong. These are broad and down, and the pelvis is tucked. You want to be straight from your knee to your shoulder, no matter which version you're doing. Now, if you're on your hands, as an alternate, that is fine. They go straight underneath your shoulders, and we want to make sure that there is weight in the thumb and in the root of your index finger. So I would get into a plank on the hands from an all fours position, because then I can walk back onto my knees. This is a knee plank. Make sure that the belly's tucked, hips are low, and then I can come into this, broaden off the shoulders, and I'll find my position there. Other things to be wary of, don't let the hands creep forwards. If your hands are forwards of your shoulders, you're making it harder on yourself, and you're going to start straining your spine to try and reach. You want to feel like you are standing in good posture. So everything is lined up as if you were standing up nice and tall, except you're horizontal. The aim of this is that you are training the muscles that keep your spine where it needs to be. So we have to train it in good alignment. This means if you can't hold it for the full period that I've asked you to, that is fine. If you find that you are losing your form and you're having to cheat out on the movement in order to maintain it, let me know and I will adjust your program for you.